One. What's going on? It's your boy, Dark Reacts in the building. Today, we have a very, very interesting video. Oh shit. Lost me there, huh? Alright. We have the crazy prison escapes. And I know what you're thinking. Why are we acting different? Why are we reacting shit like this? It's because I want to. Because I want to. Okay, so without further ado, sit back, relax, enjoy the show. Let's lock in.
Lee McNair. Richard Lee McNair was a highly intelligent man, but he botched a robbery, killing one man and shooting another 4 times. After his
Damn.
arrest, he made his first escape attempt through a ventilation pipe in 1992, but was recaptured a year later. The escape that would earn him fame, however, happened on April 5, 2006.
Okay.
McNair's prison job involved repairing torn mailbags, so he devised a plan to hide inside one fitted with a breathing tube, knowing the bags were about to be transported to a nearby warehouse outside the prison. His plan worked, but upon arrival, he had to wait until the staff went to lunch to make his escape. Once the room was silent, he got out of the bag.
How long do y'all think prison escapes normally take to plan? Like, if you were in prison, how long do you think it would take you to plan an escape? Let me know. Just let me know. I feel like it wouldn't take me that long, but that's probably just my pride. But then again, I would never go to prison because, like, I'm not stupid. So I'm not saying they're stupid because obviously they escaped, but I wouldn't get caught. Maybe.
And ran away, though his troubles didn't end there. A police officer stopped him while he was jogging near the railroad tracks. McNair claimed he didn't have any ID on him. The officer, aware of a recent prison escapee, asked his colleagues for details, which matched McNair's description. Despite raising suspicion, McNair managed to convince the officer he wasn't the fugitive by staying calm and showing no anxiety, and he was allowed to go. Yoshi Shiratori.
Okay. Okay.
Yoshi
Okay.
Make your browser fast.
Yo, I feel like YouTube tries to tempt me into buying YouTube Premium. I guarantee. Okay, I'm about to make a prediction. I'm about to make a prediction right now. I'm about to make a prediction. 4 ads back to back. 4 ads within this 9-minute time frame. I'm getting 4 ads. I guarantee it. 4 ads.
Yoshi Shiratori is renowned in Japanese history for his extraordinary prison escapes, often referred to as the prison break magician. In 1936, while
Got a
detained at
magician.
Aomori prison, Shiratori executed his first
Okay.
escape by picking the cell lock using a metal wire he had secretly obtained.
Yo,
Captured
they
shortly
have
after,
too
he
much
was
time
then
on their
transferred
hands.
to Akita prison. There, he escaped a second time by dislocating his shoulders to squeeze through a small food slot in his
Oh
cell
hell
door.
no.
This second escape raised alarms, and authorities transferred him to Abashiri prison in Hokkaido, a facility known for its intense security and severe winter conditions. At Abashiri, Shiratori devised an escape that took advantage of extreme temperatures. He waited for frigid nights to weaken the metal bars on his window, gradually bending them over time until he could squeeze out. For his final and most famous escape in 1944, he was sent to Sapporo prison, where he
Yo,
studied the behavior.
bro escaped prison about 3 times. 3 times. Put this nigga in solitary confinement. He might even break out of that. Shackle him. Do something. Monitor him 24. He broke out of prison about 3 times already. Lock him up more. Do something better. Lock him up more. What we doing? You can't break out of prison today. How to break out? They got 40 on guards with rifles and ready to your temple. Soon you walk out, right in your gone, gone, finito, finished.
Behavior of guards, noting they didn't handcuff him when he took baths. Taking advantage of the routine, he used a bucket handle to unscrew an escape hatch in the
Yeah.
ceiling, finally making his way to freedom. His life story was later immortalized in the Japanese novel Hagoku, Prison Break, which further cemented his legacy as Japan's most legendary prison escape artist. Talking to a guy like that would probably be insanely interesting, considering how smart and sly he has to be to pull off those crazy escapes. That's why I tried to recreate him using AI with Polybuzz, which also happens to be today's sponsor. It only took
Sorry,
making it.
sorry,
There's a lot of
sorry,
literally
sorry,
features, which
sorry,
character big that if
sorry,
you it's
sorry,
comment. And don't
sorry.
forget to use my code PAINTER to unlock those premium features. Huge thanks to Polybuzz for sponsoring this video. Joaquin El Chapo Guzman. Known
The moment we all came for a chat. The moment we all came for y'all. Let's come together and watch my boy El Chapo break out of prison for a. I don't even know how many times he's broken out of prison, but he's a. I'm not gonna say goat because that's crazy, but he's the man.
As one of the most infamous drug lords in history, Joaquin Guzman, also known as El Chapo, made
Dude, he looks
headlines with
scared as
two
shit.
daring escapes from maximum security prisons. Even the guards were scared of him. His first breakout came in 2001 when his men bribed a guard to wheel him out of Mexico's Puente Grande prison, hidden in a laundry cart. Once outside, he quickly transferred to a car and vanished. However, his most incredible escape took place in 2015 from Altiplano Federal Prison. This time, Guzman's cartel built an entire high-tech tunnel that stretched over 1.5 miles from
Yo,
under his shower cell to a safe house outside the prison. Equipped with electricity, ventilation, and even a rail system to transport him swiftly, this tunnel demonstrated the lengths Guzman's cartel would go to ensure his freedom. Surveillance footage captured his last moments in the cell. Pascal Payet, a French criminal with a flair for theatrics,
I will find that footage. I will find that footage, and I'm gonna react to that on stream. If you want to see that, leave the link in the leave the link in the comments.
Pascal Payet was serving a 30-year sentence for a violent robbery when he masterminded a cinematic escape. In 2001, his associates hijacked a helicopter, landing it on the prison's roof and breaking him out. But Payet wasn't finished. 2 years later, he used the same strategy to break out 3 more inmates. Authorities, determined to keep him in custody, began transferring him to different prisons every few months. Yet in 2007, Payet's friends pulled off another helicopter heist. During the Bastille Day celebration, they hijacked a helicopter, stormed the prison rooftop, and freed him in under 5 minutes, after breaking open his cell using the heavy machinery they brought with them. Though Payet was eventually recaptured, he holds the record for the most number of helicopter escapes in history. Clarence and John Anglin and Frank Morris.
I haven't seen nothing really crazy yet. I mean, El Chapo was cool and all. I mean, he dug an underground tunnel. I mean, I haven't seen nothing like crazy yet. Like no like type prison break escapes. The show prison. I haven't seen nothing over the top crazy escapes yet. You know what I mean? Yeah, I haven't seen any of that yet. But I'm
Imprisoned in
waiting.
Alcatraz, one of the most secure facilities in the
Okay.
world, Frank Morris and the Anglin brothers
Trump plans. Trump plans. Trump. Trump plans to reopen Alcatraz. So hey, if you commit any crimes, you might get sent to Alcatraz.
achieved what was thought impossible. Their escape plan began in 1962 with months of nightly labor. Using spoons and saw blades, they widened the air vents in their cells and secretly created an inflatable raft from raincoats. To buy more time, they crafted lifelike dummy heads.
Factor clearly gets active lifestyles.
That's the
They're different.
that's number two. That's the second ad. That's the second ad. We still have 5 more minutes to go. Let's see. I might be right.
Placed on their pillows to fool the guards into thinking they were asleep. On June 11th, 1962, the trio slipped out of their cells, climbed through the utility tunnels, and finally reached the island's shore, where they used their makeshift raft to flee. Despite extensive searches, their bodies were never found. Frank
Huh?
Abagnale Jr.
So wait. Despite sense, so their body did they die or did they escape? I don't. I so they escaped or died, but their bodies are never found, so they don't know if they are alive or not. I assume they made it out, but then that's like you would be on shore. You would never see land. You would be on on water for days. Shay, if they made it, props to them. If they died, hey, at least they didn't die in prison. But then again, dying in water is worse. Oh, I don't.
In the early 1970s, he was sent to the Federal Detention Center in Atlanta after being caught for his crimes. However, a slip in protocol gave Abagnale an unexpected advantage. The marshal forgot to submit his commitment papers, which led guards to mistake him for a prison inspector. Seizing the opportunity, Abagnale created fake business cards with the help of a friend, identifying himself as an inspector and an FBI agent. Using these fake credentials, he managed to convince the guards that he needed to meet with an FBI partner outside the prison. They allowed him to leave, and he walked out of the facility undetected, turning his
Yeah.
escape into a final act of deception. John Dillinger. The legendary Depression-era gangster John Dillinger was notorious for his multiple prison breaks, with one of the most crazy occurring in 1934. After being captured,
see.
Dillinger found himself in a jail that was supposedly inescapable. Undeterred, he crafted a gun out of wood and painted it
What?
black, fooling guards into
Yo, he crafted a gun out of wood. Out of wood. Way too much time on your hands. Way too much. That probably took that nigga months. Shit.
believing it was a real weapon. Armed with his fake gun, he staged a dramatic breakout, taking several guards hostage and seizing a sheriff's car to make his getaway. Despite his temporary success, Dillinger's life on the run ended shortly after, but his wooden gun escape became a classic story. Stalag Luft III, The Great Escape.
Huh?
During World War II, a group of Allied POWs, including
That's a
British,
dude who
American,
escaped with a
Canadian,
spoon.
Australian, and French airmen, attempted a famous escape from the heavily fortified Nazi prison camp, Stalag Luft III. The camp was located deep in Germany and surrounded by security measures, including buried microphones to detect digging and huts built on stilts to expose any underground escape efforts. Despite everything, the prisoners patiently dug 3 tunnels, codenamed Tom, Dick, and Harry. Using spoons, metal cutlery, and milk cans, they dug 30 feet below the surface to avoid detection, meticulously hiding excavated sand and socks to sprinkle discreetly across the yard. On March 24, 1944, 76 men crawled through the tunnels, but guards eventually
76?
discovered the plan, capturing all but 3 who made it to freedom. Tragically, Hitler ordered 50 of the captured men executed, violating the Geneva
Damn.
Convention. The Texas Seven. In December 2000, 7 Texas inmates staged one of the most incredible escapes in U.S. history. Nicknamed the Texas Seven, these men managed to overpower guards and prison workers, locking them in an electrical room. Then, using forged identities and impersonating supervisors, they passed multiple headcounts and gained access to a pickup truck parked near the gate. Once outside, they drove away, sparking a massive multi-state manhunt. Their time on the run ended after a segment on America's Most Wanted, which led to their capture. Despite their attempt to negotiate a televised surrender, they were ultimately apprehended and returned to custody. Papillon. Henri Charrière, known as Papillon, was convicted of murder, a charge he denied, and sent to the brutal French penal colony in French Guiana, where he immediately began planning escapes. His first major attempt involved sailing from the colony with a few fellow inmates in a small boat, reaching Trinidad and Curaçao, but he was captured in Colombia. Despite repeated punishment, including solitary confinement, Charrière never gave up on escaping. Despite repeated punishment, including
What type of solid yo, 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 yo. Solitary confinement. This looks like an abandoned warehouse. Looks like you got shit on the walls. Is that a toilet or a sink? I don't know what I'm looking at. Confused as hell. I see a toilet in the middle of the floor, a bed frame. They're gonna give you these paper thin mattresses. Your back by hurt like hell. And you just worked a 9 to 5. Back to back to back. No sleep. Just straight work. Your back finna hurt. Don't kids. If any children watch my videos, don't don't end up in prison. This might be if you act up in prison, they're gonna put you in solitary confinement. You might end up living somewhere like this. A dirt pile in the back, toilet in the middle of the floor. You won't even have to wipe your butt with. You won't have crust. Let me stop.
solitary confinement, Charrière never gave up on escaping. On Devil's Island, he crafted a final plan using ocean currents. He and a friend,
Ocean
Sylvan,
currents.
made a raft from coconut sacks and launched off the cliffs, timing their jump with the waves. After reaching the mainland, Charrière continued on his own after Sylvain's tragic death in quicksand. He eventually made it to Venezuela, where he gained citizenship and freedom. His 1969 autobiography, Papillon, was widely celebrated, though some questioned the accuracy of his story. Colditz Castle. Kolditz Castle, located in Germany, was one of the most high-security prisoner of war camps during World War II, reserved for officers deemed particularly dangerous or escape-prone. Known as Oflag IVC, it held Allied soldiers who had repeatedly tried to escape from other camps, making it an unofficial, escape-proof prison. Among his most legendary escapes was the construction of a glider. His plan was to literally fly out of the prison. British officers Bill Goldfinch and Jack Best began building the glider in 1944, using bed slats, stolen electrical wires, and other scraps. They constructed it in the castle's attic, planning to launch it from the roof. Although the war ended before they could attempt the escape, the glider, known as the Kolditz Cock, became a symbol of POW ingenuity. If you liked this video, subscribe for similar ones or join my
Well, guys, that was an interesting video. Um, I didn't really see nothing that really gave me the, oh, that was crazy type vibe, but hope you enjoyed. um, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Feel me? Um, I was wrong about the ads. I didn't get two, I didn't get four like I said I would, but close. Um, yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to hit that follow, make sure to hit that sub button. Make sure to smash that like button. Feel me? Subscribe today to join the Start Nation. Feel me? Subscribe today, join Start Nation. And it's been real, it's been fun. Without further ado, your boy Stark.